Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, Split infinitives. There is an error while we are using split infinitives. What's that error? Usually, we are putting an adverb between that split infinitive, like to quickly go. Here, this quickly is an adverb, and this is in between to and go. So this is wrong one because we have split it infinitive, which we usually need not to. So the right one is to go quickly. Firstly, I'd like to explain infinitive as well so that you may understand what is infinitive or infinite verb. Basically, we know, as in the previous lecture, we have studied about subject and verb agreement. So a verb is always depending on the subject. If subject is singular, then verb is singular. Mean he loves. And if the subject is plural, then the verb is also plural. So this verb is confined. This verb has its limitation according to its subject, according to the number of its subject and gender of its subject, it may be affected. So infinitive is the derived form of a verb. This is also a kind of verbal. In the verbal there are three categories, and one of those categories is infinitive. Now infinitive is from the word infinite, mean making something infinite, किसी चीज को लामहदूद करना. So how do we make something infinite or infinitive verb? This is like to plus verb first form. How do it become infinitive? Mean, as we have said here, he loves, he love, they love. You know, here if we are using he love, then it would be wrong. If we are using they loves, then it would be wrong. And if we are using the past tense, we must say they loved or he loved. And if we are talking about past tense and we are not using they loved but we are using they love, that would be wrong. So these are the limitation of this verb we may find here. Now how we can make it infinitive? They like to love the creature of Allah. Sorry, I have misspelled it, love instead of live. Now here you can look at this one. If you write it like he, even then this would be the change one, likes. Okay, I'll write it again for you so that you may avoid confusion. Now if you write this sentence like this one, he, and put it all again here. Here you can see then if you want to write it in past tense, for example, whether you write with they or you write with he, both are the subject, you are writing whatsoever it is, the same one. Now how we have made this love, which was confined here, which has limits here, now you can see here this in the present tense, even this one is in the red. You can see here you can see. So you can see on all these sentences we are using to love. So here, by making it infinitive, we have used a kind of infinitive. We have made infinitive, which can be used everywhere in every sentence in the same shape. To love, here you can see this is to love. So this is called infinitive. So that's what is the principle we are studying in the error, that split infinitives like these ones. Here you can't split them and you can't put this adverb in between here, except there are few conditions which looks quite awkward. There you can use, but usually and most of the time you can't split it up like this one. You have seen this example. To cautiously enter, to enter cautiously is the right one, whereas to cautiously enter is wrong, because enter is the verb and to plus enter is infinitive. Then to carefully contemplate. Now basically contemplate mean think. So to contemplate carefully is the right one. You can't split it up. Here you can see this is the error. These are the adverbs that are being used in the wrong place. So we need to avoid this error of putting the adverbs in between the split infinitives, unless there is any particular situation or exception. Most of the time you have to follow this principle. If you're writing it like this one, it will be the wrong one. So in this lecture we have studied about infinitives, what infinitives are, and the error of split infinitives, and then few more verbals I'll discuss with you. There are three basically verbals which are derived from a verb. One is infinitive that I have discussed, and two are quite similar, which are gerund and participle. Later on I'll discuss those ones.